All right, this is module 4, part 4. We have 14 questions here. Number 1 says, in an office building, 63 office spaces are currently being rented. This represents 60% of the total. How many offices are in the building? Okay, so we're going to be continuing the same process that we used in module 4.3. We're doing a percent of formula, and the way this works is you're going to have a whole, so they're going to give you a bigger number, which is a whole, and you're going to be multiplying the whole times a percent, and that's going to be equal to part. All right, so you can manipulate this formula in a few different ways. So you can multiply the whole, if you know the whole, times the percent, and that will equal the part. If we rearrange this and divide both sides by whole, so that is the whole, the bigger number, usually. Sometimes if this percent is bigger than 100, then the part will be bigger. But we'll take this and we'll divide both sides by whatever the whole part is, or the total. And then this formula will reduce to this. You can get the percentage by using the part over the whole if you're looking for a percentage. And then sometimes you want the whole part. Sometimes this is the part you want. So there's one more manipulation of this formula. You will take the original, the whole, the percentage number, and the part, and then you will divide by the percent term as a decimal. Always remember you have to turn that into a decimal. So you'll be dividing the part by some decimal number, but it starts as a percentage. And then those will reduce, and then you get this new formula that the whole is equal to the part divided by the percentage. Okay, so there's 3 different ways we'll be using this formula. Either whole times percentage to get the part. Either we'll be looking for the percentage, which we'll do the part divided by the whole to get that percentage, or we will do the part divided by the percentage to get the whole. So it all stems from here, depending on what you're given. Okay, so in this number 1, it says we have 63 offices currently being rented, so I need to know if that 63 is the part of the whole. I'll just say P, whole, and percentage. Okay, we'll figure out each of these parts. It says this represents 60%, so I know that my percentage is 60% of the total. Okay, so 60% of the total is the 63. So the 63 is the part. That's what they're saying. That number 63 represents 60% of the total. So if I wrote it whole or total, I'm going to put total since they use total, C-O-T-A-L. And then you see 60% of the total, so that means we're going to be multiplying this by 60%. And that gives us the 63. So this is the setup that we have. And so we're looking for total or the whole, so this is what we need to do. We're going to divide by 60% as a decimal. So as a decimal, this number is, take it, move the decimal 2 times to the left, so that would be 0.60 or just 0.6. So we can say total or whole equals 63 divided by 0.6. And then we'll do this, and that'll give us our answer. So I'm going to pull up that basic calculator, and I'm going to do 63 divided by 0.6. And we get 105. So 105 buildings. All right, number 2. On a test, 72 items. On a test of 72 items, Pedro got 90% correct. There was partial credit. How many items did he get correct? So we know there's 72 items. So I'm just going to write this: whole times percent equals part. All right, so they told us there's 72 items on the test, so that's the whole. That's how many we have total. 90%. And then we want to find out how many questions that is, so that's going to give us a part. All right, so what we're actually going to be doing is 72 times 0.9 as a decimal, and that gives us the part that we're looking for. So let's clear this out. We're going to do 72 times 0.9, and it tells us he got 64.8. And that would make sense because it says there was partial credit on some items. So he got 64.8 questions correct. 64.8. So it says type a whole number or decimal rounded to 2 decimal places. So 64.8 will be fine. And then there is another part. Pedro got blank items incorrect. Okay, so if we know how many he has total and how many he got right, then we just subtract these two numbers. This is how many total minus what he got correct. And that will leave us with how many he got incorrect. So going to be a 0.2, and then 7.2 he got incorrect when we subtract those two.